Courtney from Fraisa, and we're back in our tool lab to give you another tech tip. Today we're going to be talking about how to cut a perfectly straight wall. So some issues that you may run into while doing this could include having a bad surface finish by cutting too little material while cleaning up wallpaper. You may also have a longer cycle time because of taking multiple step downs to create the straight wall. You may also have chatter while corner finishing due to tight part radii. And then you may also experience having a longer processing time because of having to remove your part from the mill and bring it over to a grinder or some other process that you may use in order to create the straight wall. So we are going to go over to the machine and see if we can figure out how to solve these problems. So there are a few considerations that you should think about when creating a straight wall. So first off, you want to think about a strong work holding. Now I understand that it's not always possible to do this depending on the part that you're machining, but it's very critical and you should try your best. Another thing would be the tool holder. You want to make sure that you select a version with high static stiffness. So a couple examples would be a thick wall heat shrink or a milling chuck. Another consideration would be the runout. So the runout could be caused by the tool holder, or the spindle. It's critical to purchase good quality tools and tool holders and to maintain the spindle by cleaning it and repairing any damage to the bearings or taper. The end mill that you choose should be designed for the material that you are finishing. You should use a tool with a large core diameter to increase the stiffness, and use a higher helix angle to create more axial force than radial. And you also want to have the correct cutting parameters in order for this to be successful. Another consideration would be the surface condition of your part before finishing it, because you don't want to overload your finishing tool. Then lastly, you want to think about your chip removal. So you want to utilize the correct air or coolant so that you are removing any excess chips within the flutes of the tool or in your workspace. So let's look at an example of what it is like to create a perfectly straight wall. The material we're machining today is H13 heat treated to 50 Rockwell. After roughing, we will use our same roughing tool to do a pre-finish. At this point, we are leaving 6 thousandths on the wall. For finishing, we're using a 3/8 Multicut XF and a milling chuck, and using the speeds and feeds directly out of our Tool Expert calculator. Our first finish pass is at 1 inch 400 deep, and we're taking off 4 thousandths. We're going to run at 330 surface feet per minute, giving us 3,360 RPM, and feeding at 24 inches per minute. Then we're going to do a second finish pass, taking the remaining 2 thousandths off the wall. After that, we're taking a spring pass to try and take out any deflection. At this point, we're running an indicator down the wall to check the straightness. As you can see from top to bottom, we have a taper of 4/10. Depending on the material type and the hardness, we often will take a second spring pass and reduce the feed rate by 50%. Now we're rerunning the program to further improve the straightness of our wall. So this spinal spring pass, we're running at 12 inches per minute. Now checking with the indicator, we were able to achieve a zero taper and a beautiful surface finish. So there you have it. If you use the correct tools, tool holders, work holding, and strategy, creating a straight wall doesn't need to be that complex. Contact us at toollab@fraisausa.com for any questions. Also, stay tuned for additional videos.